10 most scary rockfalls, landslides, and avalanche caught on camera. Not many natural disasters are as terrifying as landslides, rockfalls, and avalanches. Once one is imminent, there is nothing you can do to stop them from destroying everything in their path. Watch till the end and let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's get it on! The video shows exactly how frightening the rockfall in action captured by a tourist in Zakynthos, Greece, that also known as Shipwreck Beach. The cove is only accessible by sea and is famous for the wreckage of small cargo ship that has been washed up on the beach since the 80s. The force of the fall created a large wave, resulting in a couple of small vessels in the vicinity being overturned. Among those injured was a 34-year-old Czech woman who had a fractured vertebra. She was hospitalized together with her husband and 2 children who suffered minor injuries. In August 2019, these tourists witnessed a rare moment of how powerful Mother Nature can be. Only thing they could have done is to breathlessly watch how a massive part of a mountain is cracking apart and falling down on a glacier. It should have been a quiet evening, and then you hear very close the crackling rocks started falling down. We just hope that no one has to witness another situation like this so close ever. The world was horrified on October 6, 2021 when a hunk of rock broke from Calder Roch's peak and swept down the mountain, taking a lot of lives and wiping out everything in its path. On Monday 19th, 10th, 2015, an impressive rockfall took place on Rocher du Mer de la Niva above the village of Avalanches in the Swiss Alps. Circa 2,000 cubic meters of rock collapsed, a peak high above the small mountain village of Avalanches in Switzerland canton of Valais. The rockfall did not hit the village nor the road, and no one was injured.
Oh putain!
Avalanche control teams dropped bombs from a helicopter onto Ajax Peak in Telluride, Colorado to trigger a massive avalanche. The insane avalanche slides can be seen. The fact that climate change is also altering precipitation patterns can raise danger levels. Where frequent snowfall once replenished the ice caps, heavy rain might fall instead. That water can further eat into icy areas and trigger landslides. On a visit to the Torres del Paine National Park in August 2016, doing the circuit of the W, these 2 guys were at the right time and the precise place where they found an event that is not seen every day. 2 tourists having a very close call with a massive avalanche charging through the valley, very nearly reaching them.
Oh, ¿cómo te agarraba? Oh, loco, güey. Menos mal que no íbamos bajando, güey. Estaba pura nieve. Concha tu madre, está pura nieve. Está en nieve, güey.
Iceberg breaking up in the Ulysside Ice Fjord, close to an archaeological site called Sermermute, August 2015. If you've never experienced something like that, it's difficult to judge how big that wave is going to be or how far it will travel. Turning in and running up the hill was the prudent thing to do. Many people have perished due to tsunamis caused by this landslide thing. Filmed on March 2014 at Berlin Gap. This video shows how unstable cliff edges can be. So stay away from cliff edges, keep your dogs on a lead and read warning signs for the latest information. In this video, we can appreciate the subtlety of the landscapes of snowy peaks and the devastating force of an avalanche of snow falling at more than 250 mph. With the tremor, the avalanche of snow broke loose and buried the hotel with the people inside. Most survived, but for whom not that God gives rest to their souls. Landslide at the Col des Rochers in Le Clos on October 3, 2017. The 20th stage of the Tour de France will be cut short from 130 kilometers to 59 kilometers and will skip one major climb because of landslides.
Massive landslides in the world caught on camera. You are witnessing horrifying events, but it is a reality. The sound of nerve-shattering breaks, scenes of chaos, loss, all make us think to act stronger for this planet. Landslide are a conspiracy of climate, geology, and water. Yet God is everywhere, even in this video. That's why we view every stories or news through the lens of faith. We are committed to delivering quality information you can trust. So, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share, and comment and let us know your stories about some natural disasters caught on camera. Such scenes are becoming all too familiar across the country of Colombia. Colombia's undulating, rain-soaked topography makes it a landslide hotspot. Each year, hundreds of landslides wreck the nation. Some 30,730 hit between 1900 and 2018. Not all leave untold destruction in their wake, but many do. It felt like the whole world was coming down. Maria Juliette Lugo, a survivor of the landslide that killed 14 people and left dozens of others hospitalized, a rainstorm hit central Colombia. In 2017, a downpour in Mocoa, capital of the department of Putumayo, triggered hundreds of landslides and kicked off a debris flow through the city streets, killing 333 people. For months, mud and rocks served supply chain and cut off 1.7 million people living in Colombia's farming heartland, causing food shortage and rocketing prices. Landslides can be triggered by earthquakes, volcanoes, rainfall, or human activity, and the recent landslide that tore across the Italian island of Ischia is an example of the landslide triggered by rainfall. In fact, landslide risk remains years after even a weak earthquake. Satellite observations have revealed that weak seismic ground shaking can trigger powerful landslide acceleration, even several years after a significant earthquake. Water triggers landslide, and knowing how landslides react to record drought or extreme rainfall can help researchers better predict their future behavior, including whether any could collapse or fail catastrophically. While slow-moving landslides don't necessarily pose an immediate danger to people or infrastructure, over time they could damage things like roads and buildings, and in some instances, they can suddenly collapse. Landslides in weather and dry regions showed similar sensitivity to precipitation extremes, moving on average faster and further downhill during rainy periods compared to drought years. Scientists say that climate change and high deforestation rates will worsen the severity of landslides in general. Only aerial footage captures the true scale of the horror. Houses have been flattened, roads ruined, and everything looks like it's been covered in a film of dark brown syrup. A sluggy car down the mountainside shows the trail that a hunk of dislodged rock and earth took in the moments before it upturned the lives of dozens of hundreds homeowners. A mudslide in the city of Nagasaki caused the house to topple over after heavy rain pounded southern Japan over the past week. Video from the broadcaster, TBS, showed the house falling over the mudslide and crashing atop other houses. No injuries were reported as the area was evacuated the previous day. Thanks God, the lucky car was signaled to avoid the landslide without their knowledge. Watch carefully. Just before the rocks actually collapse, they seem to lift slightly as if being lifted from beneath and then tumbling down. In this video, we examine the many causes of landslides. These mass movements of Earth occur when gravity overcomes the frictional forces, keeping layers of rock in place on a slope, resulting in plains and land moving and falling.
Oh, look at that, man.
The land is like a pressure cooker, and it's about to completely blow. That's what it sounds like to me. I imagine giant green hands reaching out of the cracks, grabbing him and pulling him down into the bowl of earth. So incredible.
Hey,
This was landslide early at the campsite at the Bagton Kali Organic Farm near Genting Highlands in Malaysia. A spectacular landslide was captured on camera at the Papamoa Hills Regional Park in New Zealand by Emma Kapua on April 6, 2017. The landslide came after heavy rain from former tropical cyclone Debbie.
Holy crap!
On the hill above the Eagle Ridge Tennis and Swim Club on Parkway Drive, neighbors say they noticed the earth begin to move when the developer began prepping several lots at the top of the hill. A spectacular landslide was captured on camera at the Papamoa Hills Regional Park in New Zealand by Emma Kapua on April 6, 2017. The landslide came after heavy rain from former tropical cyclone Debbie. This looks like a sketchy drive in the best of weather. On the hill above the Eagle Ridge Tennis and Swim Club on Parkway Drive, neighbors say they noticed the earth begin to move when the developer began prepping several lots at the top of the hill. What do you think about this kind of natural disasters? Do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment here. Thanks for watching.